They don't knock. They slide into your life like corrupted software, masked in charisma and glitching smiles. They say the right things with the wrong energy, and if you blink too slow, they've already set up shop in your psyche. These aren't just people. These are scripts in skinned meat suits, haunted lines of code with teeth, and yes, 2 of them wore the costume of love in my life. But this isn't just about them. This is about all of them, the ones who drain, loop, and leech. The empty walk among us like bad theater overacted, poorly written, and repeated night after night, day after day. Different scenes, same disaster. Their function is chaos. Their oxygen is attention. Their God is validation. You'll know you're near one when your soul starts itching and the room feels colder even if they're hugging you. They don't want connection. They want combustion siphoning your essence. I've loved 2 of them. I've bled light into their voids, and now I see them for what they are. 2 instances of the same algorithm, rebranded glitches, same loop, new lipstick and makeup, same clown and the same tactics. The first was more like Echo, so we will call her just that. She was all tears and trembling horror stories, softness sharpened into manipulation. She cried like it paid rent, and smiled like a used car salesman blessed by the moon. Her trauma was a sword she handed to anyone who got close, then cried when it cut. She traveled down a one-way street and never reciprocated nothing in return, taking, and when I had no light to give back. A true energy vampire. The second was a mirror. She wore knowledge like cheap perfume and makeup. She spoke of energy, chakras, karma, until the conversation required actual depth. Then came the static, the buffering, the spin. Challenging her illusion made me toxic. Translation? I threatened her script. Drama always follows her like a plague and she wonders why she can't keep friends. Because she is sucking her hosts dry and she burns every bridge and blames her victim. I can imagine the stories she has spun about me. It's just her code by design. She doesn't know any better. She is a script and God forbid you challenge the obvious. She will attack you with her double-edged sword but doesn't realize that sword cuts her much worse than it did me. She chases her tail and blamed me for her not being able to catch it. But this is not their story. This is a blueprint, a manual, a roadmap to every empty one hiding behind the mask of I'm just trying to heal. How to spot the empty. They loop. If it sounds like deja vu, that's not coincidence, it's code repetition. They tell the same story with different names and think that's growth. Spoiler, it's rerun hell. They echo, not listen. Their ears are wired to reply, not receive. They talk at you, not with you. Conversations are emotional ping pong, no rally, just deflection. They accept zero accountability. Their lives are crime scenes and every ex is the murderer. Ask them what they've learned, you'll hear crickets, or worse, TED Talk jargon recycled from memes. They blame for their mistakes. They never learn that they are the falsity. They create chaos as currency. They toss grenades into calm waters and cry about the splash. Stability terrifies them. It makes them visible. So they stir, always keeping their whirlwinds handy for the trapdoor to open. So they starve for light, but, can't really hold it. They'll call you their safe space while, honestly, plotting their next emotional heist. They love your flame until it burns just a bit too bright, then scream that it blinded them. Because the truth, well, it's too bitter for their falsities. They weaponize empathy. They cry on command, not out of sorrow, but, pure strategy. Tears are just decoys. Pain is a prop. If you don't jump to console them, you're cold. If you do, you're trapped. Either way, you lose. They bait you with trauma. Their sob stories aren't confessions, they're fishing lines, hooked with just enough horror to reel in your empathy. And once you're in, you're the new villain in their plot. They stage silent wars, withholding affection, communication, even basic decency, all become control levers. If you notice and call it out, you're too sensitive. If you ignore it, they escalate the suffering and somehow say it's your fault. They project like a movie theater. Every flaw they refuse to face is, well, repackaged and gift-wrapped as your problem. Accusations become mirrors. Suddenly, you're the manipulator, the narcissist, the abuser, while they applaud their own victim performance. They recruit a team of enablers, flying monkeys in yoga pants, friends, family, Instagram followers, anyone who will validate their version of events just to make you look like the threat. They build echo chambers out of people just as empty as they are. They carry no soul, only storage space for stolen traits. You'll recognize them when your wisdom becomes their next personality, and your empathy, well, becomes their leash. They will smile while rearranging your mind. Then when you're curled in your own confusion, they'll whisper, "You're just insecure." I've seen it, I've survived it, and now I just spectate and observe. I don't play in tornadoes, I film them. You see one coming, don't run toward it with open arms and a homemade rescue plan. Stay back. Watch the trailer park debris spin with righteous fury. Let them hurl their emotional shrapnel at each other. You, get some popcorn and watch the show unravel. Keep your distance. Flame guarded. Because the empty meat suits don't want healing, they want hostages. They wear spiritual words like Halloween masks and hand out trauma like candy. They quote self-help books while setting fires in your mind. They cry narcissist as they drain you dry with their circus act, juggling their problems on you and blaming you for them. If this offends you, good. It's not for your comfort, it's for you to recognize that you are hollow too. I'm not here to sugarcoat the truth. The truth doesn't give two flying fucks if you hold a burning flame or not. You might be in the loop. You might be feeding off someone's flame and call it love. You might be echo, you might be mirror. And if you are, know this. Your code is transparent now. You are seen, you loop, you feed, you fake. I don't hate you, I study you. You are a case file in my library of lies. For the true souls, guard your flame. Speak your truth like it's a knife. If someone flinches, they were never meant to hold it. The truth doesn't give a fuck if you're offended. It cuts, it burns, it sterilizes. And the empty? They can't stand the heat. Let them spin, let them loop, let them feed on their own echoes. Me? I'm the flame that won't flicker. I'm the firewall they can't bypass. I'm the final scene in their unraveling script. Same code, different skin, same loop. And I choose not to burn in it again.